Hi, everyone. My name is Anastasiya Varanetskaya. So I was a National Society for High School Scholars full scholarship recipient to attend a United Planet program abroad, and I chose Costa Rica, specifically the Montezuma Project with the sea turtles for a duration of, I think it was 2 weeks to 15-ish days. I always wanted to attend or go to Costa Rica specifically because they are one of the most biodiverse countries in the world. Volunteers would also have to have nightly patrols across the beach to see if there are any eggs being like natural nests forming, and then transfer them over to the hatchery. But throughout the day, we would have mostly community type or like volunteering projects. So for example, we would have to carry sand over to build a local soccer field, football for all the other countries, and then tend to the hatchery to make sure that when the waves come in, that they wouldn't destroy it. So forming like a barrier with wood and sand, cleaning up the beach, because there's one section known by the locals as like the plastic beach, and so we would go there to frequently pick up just scraps of plastic and trash that washed up by the ocean. The culture and the nature. I would joke to my family and friends that over December break, I came from an urban jungle, an urban concrete jungle of New York City, to an actual jungle. So that was a really, really cool transition from seeing buildings and lack of trees and just polluted streets to living right next to the beach and seeing the monkeys on the roof and the dogs barking at the monkeys, and then beautiful iguanas just climbing up the trees. And then we also had so many animals that I don't think I would have ever seen in the wild before. For example, a baby crocodile just washed up onto the beach one time. I felt safe while traveling. With the COVID pandemic was that when traveling to the project, I didn't have to take public transportation. I had a lady named Floribeth take me from the airport right to the project. With regards to the community that I live there, with COVID restrictions, you have to wear masks when you're in public spaces, for example, restaurants and stores. But if you're walking on the beach and there's no one in sight, then you don't have to wear a mask. And so I felt completely safe with those restrictions. Individuals who come to the project have to get a negative COVID test for 3 days prior to leaving, which was a sense of comfort knowing that every person who comes there probably tested negative. Traveling with regards to hiking and climbing up the waterfalls and going onto the beach, but like the beaches there sometimes are sandy beaches or stony beaches with a lot of sharp rocks. So I definitely recommend a very good pair of waterproof shoes that are comforting. And then also another thing about just cultural acclimation. I know that United Planet prepares volunteers well with a lot of brochures that they want to they send out prior to your travel. So I definitely recommend reading those, and then also brushing up on potential language skills. I know that Spanish is taught in the United States in schools, but not a lot of kids do take it or remember. So one of the things that I regret the most is not brushing up more on my 5 years of Spanish lessons that I took many years prior. So I would definitely recommend either taking up a fresher up course prior to your departure or learning a few basic phrases so you can interact with locals. So I would go to the beach every single day. That's a must. You're right in front of the ocean, you have to go swimming. The water is very, very warm. We took surfing lessons there. I believe it was $30 per person for 3 hours, which I think is a very great deal. There is a very, very beautiful and famous waterfall that you can jump from. It's three levels. The highest one, which is not recommended to jump from. The middle section, which is if you have a strong adrenaline rush, and then the small one, which is only maybe 12 feet or so. It's mostly centered around environmental activities, whether it be hiking, sightseeing. Renting a ATV can get you to so many different places. Local towns, and the roads are so much fun because the Nicoya Peninsula is notoriously known for bad roads for cars, but for ATVs it's very exciting, a lot of fun. Would recommend.